Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Satchel POV. We are the Satchels. I am your host Jeff with my lovely wife Sheila
Hey y'all.
and my sister Ronnie.
Hey guys.
I so want to just call out the whole thing, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm doing a lot better, I hope. But hey everybody, how y'all doing this evening? So we're live. Come on in the room. If you got that notification, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for taking heed to the notification. And for those of y'all who still have not yet done it, this is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to like the Satchel POV on Facebook or go on over to YouTube, like the subscribe to the POV on YouTube, hit that notification bell. You will not miss when we go live, or you guys, you will not miss when we do a pop up. And of course, we love your comments. Okay, and don't forget to hit that like and share on Facebook and YouTube. Hit the like button. And when you come into the room, give us a hello, give us a greeting. Let us know how your day has been today on this good Thursday. How y'all day been?
It's Podcast Thursday. I'm excited. It's Podcast
Podcast.
Thursday. Hashtag it. It's gonna be a thing. I promise
I
y'all.
thought it was hashtag POV Nation.
No, yes,
We didn't change it.
we got a lot of hashtags. Okay, look.
I was gonna say share it and then hashtag POV
POV Nation.
Nation.
You right.
Okay.
There you go.
I would say. So we thank you guys. Hello to those of you who are already in the room. All right, let us know where you're watching from, you guys.
As you can see, Sheila is ready. She is
Let me tell you something. I ain't really had that much conversation. Okay, it's been a busy week. I want to talk to people. Hey, Tiara, my sister is on, or one of them, because I got a whole lot. So yeah, I'm
Hey.
ready to talk to the people, and I'm ready for y'all to talk back to me. We got some good stuff this evening, y'all. We're gonna start this
Yes.
right. You want to say it, or am I gonna say it?
What? Go ahead. You amped up.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a seat back.
Okay. So, yeah, you take my phone and hit the share stuff. Okay, so y'all, Ronnie sent me a link, and I clicked on it, and there was a young lady up there. Hold on, why I hear the echo?
Go ahead.
So there was a young lady up there, and she had a ring on, and was pretty much asking what she should do because hold on, there we go. Because her ring was like almost microscopic. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. That ring was like really small, straight up, like it was like a very thin band, and it was like a speck. I don't even think that was a diamond. I don't even think
I was
that
about
was.
to say it.
I don't think that was a diamond. It
It
looked
was
like
like sequence.
right. It was just that small. So y'all, let me say this. Y'all, let me know what y'all think about what we're talking about right now. We are talking about this post that we saw on social media. Oh my God, I forgot to tell y'all. So first thing we want to say, first and foremost, what we should have said is that y'all, we are not professionals. We are not licensed therapists or anything like that. We are podcasters and we are just sharing our point of view with you. Okay? I
Yes.
want to throw that out there. Now let's get back to this ring. Okay. It was like a really like it was a thin what's the smallest? Like the 0.5 or something like
I
that.
don't know.
Somebody
I
out
don't know.
there, in person, help me out because that thing was thin. I'm
I
talking
don't
about
even know if we can see it.
the bubble gum ring in the machine is bigger. That's all I'm saying. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Should she have accepted this ring?
But
Because he said that was the best he could do. What y'all think?
so
You want to see if we can see it?
I mean,
no.
we could try.
It don't even
I
matter.
don't know if it's gonna even show. Look, there it is. Okay. All right. Boom. There you have it.
I,
This
I
this
see
was
this.
posted on social media, and
Okay.
we're just talking about, does the size of the ring matter?
No.
Is it acceptable?
Yes.
Would you accept it?
No, that's up to
Would
them.
you accept it? Because you
Would
answered
you
everything but that
accept it?
one.
Because I'm not a female. I'm not accepting the ring.
Okay, so Tiara saw the post. What do you think, T? Would you accept that? I mean, you're single. Huh?
Well, we don't know what she's singing. You don't know what. You
Far
don't
as
know
I know, she ain't told me nothing different.
we telling the people she's singing.
Oh, y'all, let's see how I feel this. Okay, on a side note. But anyway, I'm just saying, is that okay, y'all? Let us know.
So
Go ahead.
And this was after what, 8 years, right?
8
Yeah, let's put
years
that in there.
in. 8
They've been
years
together for 8
in.
years.
okay, go ahead, Ronnie. Go ahead. I'll wait. I'll wait. Go ahead,
Okay,
Ronnie.
all
What,
right.
what do you have to say about it, Ronnie? I'll wait.
My thing is, I'm not even a jewelry person, right?
Mhm.
So to me, this would be like, you want me to wear this? Like like this is and after 8 years, I'm sorry. That's just no. I told Sheila earlier, you rather off getting me a ring pop. At least the bling on that is, like or either that or just don't get me nothing at all. I even would have took because I wore them for a while, like because I'm always dealing with cars, so I wore the rubber band,
Okay.
like I even would have took that. But you're not gonna. No, no. I'm sorry.
Okay, so here's my thing.
Go ahead. Say your piece. Say
All
your
right.
piece.
So my thing is this. Did you see it on her finger?
Yeah.
Was it on the finger? So she accepted it, right?
But she was
Right.
in Florida.
But she put it on her finger.
I know.
No.
But
It's not a. She put it on her finger, so she accepted it.
All right,
So
all right.
to me, if she put it on her finger, she said it was okay. Don't talk about it after you done accepted it.
Well, see, she didn't talk about it. It was a guy who posted it, and he was like asking us women, would we accept it or not? And if not, explain why.
If that's what they got. Look, my thing
Honestly-
is, if that's what he's offering, if you took it, you took it. It is what it is.
We've got a comment.
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
So it says, I mean, after 8 years, I feel like he could have saved a little
How?
more. I have bought myself bigger rings and they were not very expensive. But if he had shown up with a ring pop, I probably would have cried out of sheer sweetness.
Exactly.
Lies.
There
Lies.
you have it. Here.
How you gonna call us lies? How we feel about it?
Lies. Because y'all keep saying that. That's bull crap. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Nah, like
No. Let me talk.
I can
Because
do
I'm about to get you a ring pop right now, and I want to see
First of all,
you're not gonna be like, oh my god, you're
okay,
so
so
sweet.
let's just keep it 100 because number one, you let me pick my ring. Let's keep that 100. And you did not say
But that's me.
you ain't the only one, I'm
Okay.
sure. So you let me pick my ring, and you did not say this your budget or whatever. Now, granted, I was mindful when I picked out my ring, but the next one that's coming my way, he know what it is. He can give me a ring pop, and I'm gonna take it because I'm gonna give it to the children and be like, "Thank you so much, babe. That was so sweet." The gesture is very sweet, but you,
Right.
say, imagine if I come to you
Go ahead.
with that. First of all, I don't even think that thin little thing gonna fit on your finger.
I don't even want a ring. I'm not even wearing a ring now. Like,
Let's talk about that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Okay.
I'm just saying.
I mean, but
I'm like Ronnie. I'm not a big dreamer. I will wear one
so that's
for
why you
you.
lost it.
No, I lost it because I lost it. That's
Both
what
of them?
happened. Yes, one was at work, and the other one, I don't even know what happened to that one.
So therefore, you guys, in the near future, he will have a ring, and he's gonna
Why? But why?
because I said so.
No, but why do you feel like after all these years that I need
I
you
never
feel,
said I was okay with you not having a ring
why not though? Let's get down to that.
because it's a symbol.
Okay,
It's symbolic to us being married.
that's great.
Mhm.
But do I not show that I'm married every day?
I mean, but showing that you're married every day is not a symbol.
It is a symbol. The way that I live my
No,
life
that's
is
your
a
action
symbol.
and choices, but that's not
That's
a
a
symbol.
symbol. That is a
No,
symbol.
it's not.
Okay.
All right, somebody get me a dictionary. Somebody please look up what a symbol is.
That's
And
all.
please
That's
put
I
it in
don't.
the comments.
No, I can't get with that. If you know, the jewelry place even got layaway. I mean, 8 years.
They do have layaway. I mean, you
Our
can
first reset,
No.
I
even
actually
take a
laid it away.
Walmart too.
No.
And I
Okay.
surprised your brother with our first reset.
You can even go to Walmart. I'll take cubic zirconia. Okay.
Zirconia.
They have nice sets in there
Zirconia.
for a couple of
I'll take the
$100.
I'll
Okay.
take the cubic. There's rings out there for less than $100.
Yes.
And they're real.
Yes.
And they look better than that.
Okay, so is it about the look or is it about the symbol now? See,
But my thing is,
no. Is
No,
it
no,
about
no.
no? Is
He
it about the
said-
look or is it about the symbol?
it's both. Because my
How?
thing is, it's representation. It's thought behind that. When I gave you your wedding ring, it was engraved. It had thought behind it. I didn't just pick out something. For one, Jeff worked at the airport during that time, so I got something. I got titanium because I was like, I don't want you to break it. I didn't want you to break it. So therefore, I got something that was going to be durable, yet it was engraved on the inside. I put a lot of thought into that ring. I went online to an actual jewelry store and got your ring because that's my way of showing my love for you. Now, let me say this. Let me say this.
Oh my God.
Because he said that's the best that he could do, right? But if that, I mean, like 8 years in, how many years ago did you decide that this was gonna be the
Right.
plan?
See, but y'all looking at it like that. My thing is, if it's 8 years and we doing life together, like we're doing life together, and I'm paying all these bills and I'm making sure that we living, where's the extra money coming from?
The post didn't say all that.
But y'all not thinking like that. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Where's the extra money? If we're doing life together and we've been together for 8 years, where's my extra money coming
So
from?
you telling me that you can't finance? Or like Ronnie said,
So you want him
layaway?
So you want them to go into debt for a ring?
I don't
No,
feel like
you
you would
can
go
do
into
layaway.
that with layaway. I mean,
I think
we're not saying go put a $300,000 ring on layaway.
Yeah, I didn't say all that.
No.
Okay, for instance, you can get a ring for $250. My God, you can get a ring for $100 if you go to
And you can
Walmart.
still lay that away on $100 plan.
I'm
You
sorry.
can.
The ring doesn't matter.
But I mean, and then look at the size of her finger. Her finger was small on that thing.
Okay, he got the wrong size. She can
No,
get the
No,
the right
that's-
size. It's a small ring.
This is what he
That's right.
proposed with, that he was serious.
But my thing is that she put it on her finger. So my thing is this.
Right.
She might have just.
So
put
she
it-
accepted
We
it,
don't
but
know
we're
if
saying
she
we
wore that
won't.
in the street.
My thing is this. At the end of the day, I don't care what size. I don't care what it looked like. I don't care because there's some people who got rubber bands on their finger. My thing is, if the person accepts it, they accept it. It is what it is. Like if I offer you something, you have the right to accept
But in
it
the
or
post,
not.
didn't she ask what did people think?
Yes, would we accept it or not?
Somebody says she's unsure.
Okay, then my thing is, then she shouldn't accept it then. If she wants other people's opinion, that means she might as well ask them, well, should I marry him or not? No, that's your choice. Don't nobody know him like you know him.
My
To
thing
me, that
is,
stuff is stupid.
you can get married, but excuse me, y'all, I'm hungry. I ain't had no dinner. So my thing is, you can get married, but wait until the wedding day to present the ring. Like, go.
Do that too.
I don't care if you gotta like.
I don't
you
need
gotta-
a ring at the proposal. That's just me.
Because we didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm about to say Jamal didn't
But we
propose.
had rings when it came time for the ceremony.
Yes, we had rings for the ceremony.
Right.
And we went to the video.
Yes. Okay. And like
Because you sitting up here acting like something don't matter, and that ain't true.
because you picked out everything. I didn't care. See, that's what
If
that's
you
what,
really did, but no, the bottom line is not about whether, for one, it's not about like I don't care or excuse me, I don't care or she don't care, because it's not an I thing. It's a we thing that's about to happen.
and that's why. Okay, but listen to what you're saying. You wanted the rings. I let you pick out the rings. You picked out what you wanted, and you picked out what I got because it was for you. That was my gesture for you because I don't care about the rings.
But it's
You do, so I let you do it.
so why you ain't
So
say that
that's
in the
me.
beginning, because you ain't say them words. You ain't say you ain't care about no rings.
Because I get this reaction right here. And it's
So you
not,
lied.
no, I didn't lie.
You was deceitful.
I omitted.
You
I
was
didn't say
deceitful.
anything.
So you were shady.
And that wasn't shady.
Shade. Palm tree. Shade.
That's not shady. I
Shade.
omitted.
Like I said.
I didn't bring that up because it didn't matter.
What you mean the ring don't matter?
The ring, it doesn't matter.
But it has meaning.
It's symbolic.
Mhm.
Yes. But my thing is the way that I carry myself means more than that. My thing is because there's people who wear rings who do a lot of grimy stuff, so that ring don't really
I'm
mean
not
nothing.
saying it's all about the ring, but the ring.
Right. And then to be honest, us as women, like, it's just certain things that goes into effect. Like I said, I'm not a jewelry person, but if I'm gonna have a ring on my finger, then I want it to symbolize, like I want it to be like something to show off. I mean, that's what it boils down to. Like I'm not gonna put that little thing on my finger and be like, and they listen, y'all, everybody is human. And you know good and well, people around you or anybody you show it to be like, oh my God, see what Jamal gave me. And everybody like,
even Jeff gonna be like, bro.
Right. And Jeff, come on. If your brother put that ring on my finger,
you will say something.
You ain't say nothing.
I want to laugh because that's a fat finger with a little bitty ring. But at the end of the day, but if she happy with it, if she accepted, if that's what that man can afford, or that woman, whoever gets married. But if that's what they can afford, that's what it is. I just don't. Because my thing is this. To be honest with y'all, let me break down. This is how I really feel about marriage and with the whole rings and stuff like that. For real, I feel like when you first get married, you should even I feel like you should build up to a ring. So you should have like maybe a little $50, $100 ring to start off your marriage. I don't even think you should have a big marriage at first, a big wedding ceremony at first.
I agree.
Because you just get, now as time goes on, you start hitting certain milestones, like 10 years, 20 years, so on and so on. You get upgrades on rings and you get upgrades on ceremonies because you know what? You actually been through something.
Right.
It's like, I feel like these weddings and stuff that people have now, I feel like you celebrate and winning the Super Bowl before you even played the game. Because you getting all these gifts, you getting all these limos, everybody getting all dressed up, and then your marriage lasts 6 months. This is stupid. Like it's to me, I just feel like you got to build up to it.
Into another topic.
Well, go ahead.
Well, going into
did you tell the people the topic for tonight?
We ain't got there because we on our little,
But this goes into
this just a little
right.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, because I mean, you going off our script.
I don't got no script.
Yes, we do.
We are not scripted. Let me tell you something.
We're not scripted, but we do have a lineup.
You have a lineup.
We have some structure.
We see what happens.
We understand that everyone does not do well with structure, but we do have that. Okay.
So we're going to leave it at, as far as me and Sheila, we wouldn't accept it.
That's enough.
So if I would have gave you that ring, hold up. So if I gave you that ring, you wouldn't accept it.
After 8 years, Jeff?
If I gave you that ring,
no, I don't.
I'm asking you right now. Look the.
I'll look you dead in your face. I don't want it.
All right, when you get the ring,
you gonna get it. You stop playing because you're gonna get my ring. You know what,
Jeff? I don't think you ever would have proposed to her after 8 years with that ring. No.
I have certain standards.
Right.
Exactly.
So, but that's me. But that's me.
So anyway, you guys. So this is the next thing. All right.
Are we moving on?
We're gonna move on. We're gonna agree to disagree.
We're gonna agree to disagree.
We're moving on. First thing we want to do is we want to say, hey y'all, thanks for tuning in tonight. We are talking about Till Death Do Us Part. But before we get into our main topic, we got a question for everybody. Hold on, wait.
Hold up.
Mel said, I have DJed many weddings. I can tell you now, people are doing the most at these weddings to show off for their friends and family. That's not going to be there when
what? When
what? I don't say
that.
When the stuff hit the fan. It's a show. I understand that aspect because
Agreed.
weddings are very showy right now. But what I'm saying is, I'm trying to say, after 8 years, you're telling me the best that you could do is this. It ain't even a band for real. Like it looked like you could snap it in half. All you it was. Show the picture
I'm gonna
again,
show
but
it again.
show the picture. Show the picture.
So, but you don't know their relationship. Maybe
I
that's all
don't.
she deserved at this point.
Deserve. We don't
Deserve.
give no ring based on what we deserve. 'Cause
Yes, you do.
if that was the case, a whole lot of thank you. If that's the post that was on social media, y'all. So
It's on her hand.
So
She
she
accepted it.
accepted it. We're saying we wouldn't. That was the
Okay.
question.
Okay.
that was the question, and I'm just saying that's a no for me because I would rather wait until the ceremony. Like you could just give me a ring.
If that was the ring
at
at the
the
ceremony,
altar.
what you doing?
That's the problem.
Yeah, no.
What's the problem?
Because I'm like, first of all, you telling me that's the best you can do, then clearly we're not gonna have no ceremony. Like this, let's just go to the justice of the peace because you could take that money from a ceremony and you put that into a ring.
And see, that sounds very materialistic to me.
It's not materialistic.
It is, because you're saying if the ring ain't right, then you're not gonna get married.
I ain't saying that don't get married if the ring isn't right.
That's what you're
I'm saying.
saying.
For me, that's not acceptable.
So you're saying if the ring wasn't right, you wasn't gonna
I
marry
mean,
me? That's what it sounds like.
I've seen promise rings bigger than that, and I mean, you can even go get.
Well, you got to understand the purpose of a promise ring. It's the promise. See, a promise ring.
I
Is
mean,
like
don't get me wrong. I've
it's a
seen
lease.
people give promise rings as engagement rings. I've seen people use promise rings as wedding rings. But all I'm saying is to me, I don't see the thought. Like
Okay.
8 years, and you're telling me that's the best you
You
can
don't
do.
know what they've been
You could go to
through.
the pawn shop.
You don't know what they've been through.
Now, don't get me. Now, if he's just saying, "Hey, we just got this house. I just put the down payment on the house," I would still rather be like, "Okay, don't worry about the ring right now because you just, you took care of the house." Like for
I'm
real.
saying you don't know their relationship. Maybe she's not deserving of that type of ring. I mean, of the ring that y'all talking about.
Hold on. The rings is a part of the show. I know a guy who's been married like 50 plus years. He or his wife don't wear rings. If the ring is what makes you married
Huh?
or
Speak up.
gives you
Speak
marriage
up.
a value at that time, then what happens when he or she decides to take it off? It's metal and rock at the end of the day. I get that,
Ain't that what I
but
said?
it's
But
just to me.
right, we agree, we said that, but what we're saying is if you're going to present a ring, then if I don't have to accept that.
You don't have to accept
You
it.
don't. Like somebody said a few weeks ago, I have a choice to say no. All right.
Right.
You do have the choice to say no, and then that's where we're gonna go with it. So if you say no, then
Because Melvin is right. It is part of the show. It is. But that's what I'm saying. Like I want something to show. Like I don't want to show that.
Now that's pretty good. Please excuse my wife and the smacking and the chewing.
Don't do that.
Then you stuck on the ring and not the meaning behind it.
Exactly. Thank you.
And that's the truth.
But that's not even where you're coming from.
That is.
You're basically saying that you should accept anything.
I didn't say you
And
should
you
accept
said
anything.
rings don't matter.
They don't.
That's
what
not
he
true.
said.
That ain't what he said.
He
He
just
said then you
it's-
stuck on the ring and not the meaning behind it. So
That's
that
what
means
I've
the
been saying. I said my character
No, sir,
matters more.
No, sir, you did not. The ring.
Rewind the
No,
tape.
you
Rewind the
said
tape.
it don't matter. That's what you said. I said, but the ring is a
Listen
symbol.
to everything that I said. I said I don't care about the ring. The ring really doesn't matter because it's about how you carry yourself. It's thousands of men and women who are here wearing rings and doing dirty. It don't matter. The ring doesn't matter.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, hi, Lady Green. How are you this evening? So good to have you with us. We glad you
Please
could
chime in.
make
Please
it.
chime in.
Don't do that. Because, so basically, we're gonna say. So somebody put on social media they were given a ring.
I'll show it again.
Show the
Go
ring one
ahead,
more
Ronnie.
time.
So somebody posted this on social media. Their person that they in a relationship with. They've been together for 8 weeks.
Isn't that nice?
They've been together for 8 years, and this is what he gave her to propose to. And Me and Ronnie are saying that we would have rather, in our opinion, we would rather that you just hold off on the ring until you get to the ceremony so that you can get something that's a little bit better.
That's all we're saying.
That's all I'm saying.
We're not even saying no to the proposal.
I ain't saying
I
no,
accept your
no.
proposal. I
Yeah, that's
don't
fine.
want that ring.
I mean, thank you. So
She a little bougie.
Jeff is don't do that. Don't do that. So Jeff is saying that it doesn't matter.
The ring doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay.
You think I'm gonna back down? No.
It doesn't matter to me whether you back down or not. But all I'm saying is that's not what we're doing.
A new
What you
house.
say?
But I
What?
said that. No. Wait now.
And you did,
Because
Sheila.
I said if he just got the house and he just put the down payment on the
Oh,
house.
the people that can't see the
Okay. I'm sorry,
The
y'all.
people
So
can't see
here's
what he said.
let me put the comment. So Mel said, "Would you rather me hand you the keys to a new house or ring?" If that was the case, I understand that.
Right.
Honestly, if you just got the house, once again, I'm going back to my original statement. You could just hold off on the ring for now. Okay, we're still engaged or what have you. When the ceremony comes, because and I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, how much did you pay for that? Because it ain't.
Maybe he paid a lot.
I'm pretty
So
sure.
you telling me if he paid a whole bunch of money for that,
I
it
feel
makes
like
a difference?
he got ripped off. Real talk.
It doesn't matter.
No, I'm saying if that doesn't look like a good investment piece to me, because this is something that you're gonna wear for the years to come.
Right.
And I'm just saying hold on, for pocket's sake. Like I don't know what he paid for.
You know what?
I'm just saying it doesn't seem like it's worth paying
I'm
for.
actually down for the people who get the tattoo rings. I'm just like, it is what it is.
That's actually what me and Jamal talked about. That's only because I don't wear jewelry. Now you know your brother, on the other hand,
Now
he's the
we
flashy.
He just wants another
Wait a minute.
tattoo.
We got another comment.
Go ahead.
So Lady Green said, "Well, I'll take the house and wait on a ring that I can actually see the diamond." I agree with that.
That's all we saying.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
My thing is, I think we waste so much money on like something. The ring doesn't matter. You want me to pay all this money on a ring when we can be?
We're not even saying a lot of money.
We didn't say a lot of money.
Okay.
We didn't say that.
All right.
It don't have to be a lot.
We agree to disagree.
We don't need a lot of money, but we need a lot more ring. That's all we were saying.
Hey, Miss Donna, how you doing? Thank you for watching. All right, guys. So we're gonna move on.
Please do.
This ain't going nowhere.
It's
We
not
ain't
gonna
going
go
nowhere.
nowhere.
So
No.
here we go. Now tell me this, y'all. For those of y'all that are in a relationship, after so many years, what do you expect your significant other to know? So, like,
What?
after this is the question. Let's see. Mel said you pay $6K for a ring and can't even sell it for half that in a year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even accept the 6K
And
ring.
then
That's just
we got another
ridiculous.
one. Lady Green says, I agree, Mel. The ring does matter, does symbolize something. It does. I'm not even saying
It does.
I'm not even listen. You can get you something nice for a few
$100.
for real.
Right. We're not talking about
I'm not
$1,000
saying
rings.
go spend thousands. I'm not saying put no down payment, no house
Right.
payment for the ring. I'm not saying any of those things.
Okay.
I'm just for real because
I said okay.
when we got married, my ring was $200,
Right.
and I loved it. I still
Right.
love it. The only reason I don't wear it is because it doesn't fit anymore because my fingers are smaller now. That is it. But I like it. So I'm not saying do all that for real.
All right.
But nevertheless, okay, y'all. So
Anyway.
next
You killed my
question.
nerves.
All right. So next question, y'all. Y'all fill in the blank. Y'all fill in the blank. After blank years, I expect my spouse to know what? I'll give y'all all a moment. So
I agree.
Okay.
We definitely want you up here.
we definitely want to have you on. We're gonna have to do that.
Yes.
Let's get a clinical point of view.
Yes.
Whenever your busy schedule you know.
Okay, so Mel is answering the question.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's
So we got an answer. Okay, he said my love
my
language.
love language. After how long, Mel?
Right. Yeah. After how many years?
After how many years?
See,
What?
I don't like the question. But go ahead.
Why?
Go ahead. But I'll wait for Mel. That
Jeff said he don't like the question.
I
y'all.
don't because
After 2 years? That's reasonable.
Okay.
that's not. I don't.
How
Mel,
come?
I just
Why not?
Learning the love language within
Because-
2 years.
Yes, because people change.
But
Because my thing is no. I'll say this for a prime example. Like in our marriage,
Mhm.
it took me a couple of years to start to learn you.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, boom, I got Sheila. Now that I think I know her, then she done changed. Now everything I knew is irrelevant, and now I gotta learn her again. And then she changed again.
Hold on, honey.
People are. Let me finish talking.
I
What?
know, but Lady Green said, "What's the question again?"
Okay, go ahead. You read it. You the reader.
It's after blank years, I expect my spouse to know blank. That's the question.
And so Mel said, after 2 years, I expect my spouse to know my love language.
Right.
And I feel like some people, like for people who don't, I think it's different because I'll say this: women we're all always changing, but I feel like
Actually, mine has actually been the same over the years.
no, ma'am.
No, you just didn't like it in the
No,
beginning.
no, ma'am.
I'm for real.
No, ma'am.
So
What did you say?
my love language is gifts and affection. I like both of those things. It does not get old to me.
Right.
That's not true, man.
Well, what do you think it is?
No, never
No,
mind.
go ahead.
We'll have this.
We're
conversation.
Well, you don't think
My thing is that's not what her love like that. It changed. It's
Some
that.
of the best moments
It's that
to me.
now. It wasn't that at first.
Yes,
Okay.
it was. Because when you got me that big old bag of gummy bears,
Thank you. It's a loaded question.
I'm just saying, when you got me that big old bag of gummy bears with that Scooby Doo DVD, I was just as happy as can be. You did that for like a
you don't even remember.
You did that like
Let me tell you something.
I was pregnant with
It's
Soraya. We
been-
had just
We've been
I
together
remember.
we've been together for 15 years. I'm just right now.
But she remembers after all that time, so it's stuck.
Yeah, you got me the gummy bears because I love gummy bears,
Huh?
and you got me the Scooby Doo.
Put the comment up there. What?
No, now don't get me wrong.
What?
Now
Thank
the
you.
level of gift giving has definitely changed. Okay, now I do appreciate them gummy bears and that DVD, but as many of those who know me know, I like sneakers. Okay, I do like some things that they do cost a little coin, but I'm very understanding to that, and he gets it.
Now, love language could be something that changes. So, okay. So let's bring it over to me. So
Okay.
after I say, matter of fact, I'm gonna use the 2-3 year mark. After 2 to 3 years, I expect for my spouse to know what ticks me off.
Okay.
So here's my thing about this question. This is why I don't like this question.
Okay. Well.
Because you're putting an expectation on somebody to know something about you. And is this something like, are y'all telling them, hey, we're married now or we're in a relationship, you should know this about me within this amount of time? Because my thing is, what happens if they don't meet
But that's
this?
not what the question said. The question says, what is your expectation?
But I
Doesn't
know,
mean
but
that-
listen to what I'm saying. Let me finish the question. You're setting an expectation for something. So my thing is, what happens when that person doesn't meet that expectation?
Then you share what
I like
your-
Mel's response
I do
too.
too. But I'm like, when they don't meet your expectation, I would just say share with them what your expectations are. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead. Put the thing up.
Okay. So
Because
Mel was
if you
saying-
think about it,
he said, Mel said he doesn't think that love languages change, but they do evolve. So you have to pay attention to your spouse.
I
Right.
agree.
That's what he said.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like as you mature, what you like is
but they're not changing, so you should know.
If you think about it. You've always given me
That's
things.
because I'm an awesome spouse. Like you know,
You know
like,
what?
So, but no, if you think about like over the years, like I remember the first thing you gave me was a shirt. which I still have.
That shirt was so dumb.
But but that ain't the point.
It was
I like gifts and
Right.
I like cards, and definitely I save them. So then after the shirt, then it was like some perfume or whatever, or you would always like bring me breakfast, but you would always bring to me all of those were like gifts. Even if whether it was something to eat, something I can keep, whatever it was, you always brought or you came with something, flowers or what have you, a card,
Come
teddy
on, keep
bear.
talk me up, dude.
I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. I like that's why I said that my love
That's
language.
just
Right.
I thought you picked up on that every time you brought me.
that's me being me. You know, so I'm just awesome.
You know what? Okay, let's go.
Mm, mm.
Because here he go.
What? I'm just saying.
Oh,
Y'all hear it?
well, that was the question. Anybody else out there?
You can't even toot your horn. You say you didn't remember half the stuff.
Because I do it so nonchalantly. Like,
Right.
because that's just me. That's what makes me so good. Like even when I'm not trying, I'm killing it. You know what I'm saying? Like dude is
So
awesome.
so there is nothing that you expect Sheila to know
No.
when it comes to you after a certain amount of time.
You may have to point there. But let's just still keep giving this gift. So.
Like that's like me cooking and Jamal get mad because I put peppers and onions and I know he don't eat peppers and onions in his food.
See, but that's like so
That is an expectation.
that's not that's a conversation. Hey, I don't eat this. Okay, I told you. It's not an expectation because it's already been told.
You not expecting me to put it in there after you done told me not to put it in there.
Because I'm not expecting you to do it because if you do it, you're doing it like you're doing it on purpose. Because we already had this conversation. My thing is a lot of these expectations that people have, they're not being told to people. And so once they don't reach their expectation.
Oh wait, we got a question, y'all.
You're not gonna let me finish my statement?
I'm sorry. My
No,
bad.
no. Now you already done interrupted me, Doc. Go
Well,
ahead.
I thought I was trying to stay on my job.
Okay.
So Lady Green says, are we counting the dating phase or just after marriage? That's a good question.
Now that
is a good question.
That actually is a good question. Now I will say in the dating phase, I do feel like that's more something people should be picking up because you should be paying more attention in it. Never mind, let me stop.
No, go ahead and say it.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
No, I want to rephrase that.
Okay.
I want to rephrase what I said. I heard myself saying that. It was about to be something real dumb. And, but in the dating phase, you are because I don't want to say this. You're learning.
You better bring your A game.
Well, people always bring their representative. People always bring their A game, but that's the problem.
I mean, hey, it's that A.
That's the best that they can do, and then, but that's them on. Like anyway, dating phase. You're collecting data because that's what dating is data. So you should be paying attention and getting all the stuff because you're picking up data to see if is this person worth my time? So yes, you should be paying attention. I feel like you should be paying more attention in the dating phase than anything. I'll say it. So
then after the dating phase, and
I'm not saying don't pay attention in the marriage phase, but I'm saying.
But you're saying that you should pay attention more in dating versus marriage?
Yes, because you're committed. Because in the dating phase is when you realize, hey, if I want to be with this person or not. So yes, I'm making a decision to be with you in the dating phase.
Yeah, but I think like in marriage, I think that's where people be falling short because they feel like you don't have to like
put as much effort as you did when you're dating.
Right. And I think that's what causes the issues and the challenges. Like I would just say keep it across the board. Like put forth effort, whether
I never said stop putting forth effort.
But your statement kind of does like imply that because people will do that. Like
I'm just saying your focus so that you're not wasting time. Mm-hmm. Should be in the dating phase because my thing is what happens is we skip over this dating phase and then we get in these relationships and then you realize, hey, if I was paying attention to the dating phase, I could have saved 2, 6, 7, 8 years of my life and I found out that this person is not really for me. So yes, I still go with that.
But it continues throughout the marriage part, right?
Yes, you still pay attention, but I feel like the more more attention should be in the dating phase because you can X out who's not worth your time.
Okay.
Right. So now when we get to marriage, though, and to tie back into the question, if we've been paying attention to each other during the dating phase, now we're in this marriage, like I would still think there's some things that you should know about me that I shouldn't have to be repeating once we're married.
So my thing, I feel like yes, you're gonna learn about your mate, but to put a time limit on them learning a certain thing about you, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I would just simply say, like, after I get what Mel was saying, like after 2 years, you should know something, even if it's
Right.
a matter of me knowing not what you like. I knew things about you after like 2 years.
Yeah, I knew that about you too.
But that's what I'm saying.
But my thing is, I didn't put an expectation on. Well, you didn't put it like, well, you need to know this and this and this by this many years. By year 2, you need to know this list of things about me.
Right. And I get it. Not a list.
Not a whole list.
Right. But for us that's been married for years, like I think we can look back and be like, you know, no, matter of fact, no, let's keep it. We've all been married. We're most of us what? Because I know we probably be the youngest at 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, at year 7,
This would be
it's
13 though.
there's certain things I expect with us being at year 7. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Now I feel like now at this we're at year 12.
But
And
we about to be 13.
Okay.
We've been together
We all-
for 15.
I know that.
It'll be 13 in
Yes.
October. You
Yes,
coming real slow with these
Yes,
numbers.
babe. I know the numbers.
Well, I mean, year 12. She only a couple of months off.
I mean, it's not October yet.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Always taking up for. Go ahead, say your point.
No, but I'm just saying. So, like, after 10 years, I mean, at least know. I would say just know the small stuff. Like, know what I like to eat.
Right.
But what you
Or
like
my
to
favorite
eat,
color.
but what you like to eat has changed.
Yes, I'll give you that. That's our situation. But just generally speaking, or even if it's
Right.
what's my favorite color?
Have no idea.
You are
You know
lying right now. He is not telling the truth, y'all. He know that. Tell the people what my favorite color is.
So it goes blue
Thank you. Now, how long have you known that?
since yesterday.
You
You
are.
know
I can. Okay, we're gonna move on.
We got a comment.
Let's get into our dinner topic, if we will.
Oh my god.
All right, so you're in a relationship. Something happens. Hypothetically speaking, something happens with your significant other, and they end up on their deathbed. Should deathbed wishes be honored when statements are made like, don't remarry, stay away from my best friend, I don't want you to, stay single or what have you? This is what the dying, the person that is on their deathbed,
Right.
what they're asking of you. How do y'all feel about that? What you think about
It's
that?
people alive telling their spouses they don't want them to be married. Like that.
Yes, they do. They both in good health, and they was just like, and
If something happened to me,
right,
I don't want you to don't marry none of my friends. and
Right.
I don't want you to be happy.
right.
That's toxic.
You think so?
Yes,
How is that? Tell us how.
because that's not our agreement. Our agreement,
Mhm.
if we go through the vows, but I don't know. Everybody's vows ain't the same. I went with the original vows, and
No,
it's
I
just,
don't remember them. But go ahead.
it's on tape, and you question them too, and that's another thing. Anyway,
You know what?
thank you. It says to death do
That's
us
my
part.
thing. I'm like, I
It says-
disagree with it.
No, my thing is, it says to death do us part. Once you dead,
That's it.
I'm gonna miss you, but
Right.
my life goes on.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I absolutely agree with that. But you have people out there who want you to stay single and be a widow and not.
And mourn them, and then
And yeah, it's just,
no, because my thing is,
No.
you're not my God, you're not my idol. But although there's people who done created a whole shrine and a whole room, and it's just dedicated to them. And I'm going. My thing is this: I love you, babe, and I'm gonna miss you.
Wait a minute, why we using me?
Huh? What? I'm not saying I want nothing to happen to you. Now I'm saying if something was to happen to you, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
What?
Lady Green said, "Well, all my sons are like that now." That's funny to me. That is funny.
I'm just saying I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go about my like. I don't think it's gonna be like a quick transition or nothing like that. But
I mean, I understand that it takes time, but what about? Oh, we got another comment. She said they think I'm going to stay single. I mean,
we're not talking about that right now, dog.
I'm going to sip my tea.
No comment for now.
Okay, so but my thing is like for real, y'all. What do you think? Like, even when they have the whole, in order to like get your, what if they leave you money, but the clause is
You can't get remarried.
you can't get remarried.
Yeah, now if that's in your but
Then what?
that's in your prenup or whatever agreement you have, then it depends on how much you want that money.
I mean, I don't. Is that like legal?
It
I
is
mean,
legal if you sign the agreement saying, "Hey, in order for you to get this endowment, you know what I'm saying, so and so says this money, like say it's $1 million, $5 million, whatever, you have to stay single, and if you don't, you forfeit this money."
So let me ask y'all, right? Is there a certain amount of money where you would agree to something like this? Ronnie says no.
Mm-mm.
Is there a dollar amount that make you be like, well, yeah, no? I mean, because honestly, after you get the money, then I mean, what they gonna do
Right.
then?
So now you're gonna put a stipulation on, oh, I gotta
Yeah.
stay single for 10 years before I can get this money.
It's stuff out there. So then my question
Right.
is this: is it an issue if the person marries or gets together with one of your friends after you pass
You
away?
know what my thing is like, I mean, my thing is that you're gone. So I mean, and I know some people be like, oh, if you get with the best friend, you must have wanted them all along. That might not be true. You
I
never
think the
know.
best friend one is if is 50-50 depending on the person. Because like you said, if you already have the thought of, oh, well, y'all two must already have feelings for each other, then of course you're gonna feel some type of way. But if you're not that person that's thinking that way, and I look at it on the aspect of like say for my own situation. Now, granted, the funny part of my situation is Jamal and Diamond actually grew up together.
Correct.
That was before I'm the newcomer into the picture.
Right. Diamond was
Right.
a little baby.
Right. So if I was to pass and they decided to be together, not only just for companionship, but you got to think about it. Who else has been around and know my children that would be comfortable? That you know what I mean? Like they wouldn't feel no type of way. Like, oh, okay, well, it's Dad and Diamond. You know, like so in my situation, as far as the best friend, that's I don't know. Like I feel like you're just trying to control things from the grave, which is impossible.
Very much so. It's not realistic.
Because I mean, you got to think your best friend and your spouse are both vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anything can happen. So I mean,
my thing is, don't you want your spouse to be
some people
happy
don't.
and like have that companionship?
Right.
Like, because a lot of people when they lose, I've seen people lose their spouse or lose the person that they're in a relationship with, and they end up getting into a new relationship. Now, it doesn't happen automatically, or like,
right.
Some people it may be a few months, for some others it may be a few years or what.
Right.
But I think it's an okay thing to do. It's a healthy thing to do. Only thing I would say is just make sure you're in a good headspace.
Right.
Before because that's a big deal. And then I would say you may want to be in relationship with somebody who's going to be understanding to, if you happen to have a moment of grief or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen that person they get with somebody and maybe their ex passed away and they can't never talk about the ex. They can't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the new person be like, nah, you don't. Ain't no talking about them.
Seen
I
that?
don't want to hear like that is
And that's
so
not healthy.
So you just don't give them that
Right.
to express themselves. Like they're not saying they want to be with them. They're just saying, hey, I remember when or whatever. But it's just weird. That's weird.
You can't stop human connection. You just cannot.
Well, I think of this. You did. And I'm trying not to be insensitive.
Well,
Well,
you
because
did
my thing
try.
is this. Unless you're gonna haunt me from the grave, like
Some people will say that. I'll haunt
people
you.
do say that. And I'm like, so you want to be a demon? Get out of here. See?
Shut up.
No, get out of here with that crap. Like,
That's funny.
I just don't like controlling people. I don't.
It does sound controlling. It also sounds selfish.
It does.
Like it sounds very selfish. So
That's like telling you what to do in the afterlife.
and
Well, when you leave here,
right.
like what?
Because that's my thing is that, and then if somebody, the post that we saw you guys, it says, I do not care that, hold on, wait. It says, I do not give you my blessing. Do not open your mouth to say no foolish, like she would want me to be happy and would give us her blessing because they do not. So basically, this is from a female
Exactly.
standpoint.
Because it's females saying this. Dudes ain't saying this.
Minute. I'm a female, and
Okay, I'm gonna say, wait a minute.
I'm
That's
not
like
saying
that.
all females. I'm just
this
saying.
is not a representation of all because it just sounds very young.
And then too, it sounds like she already had the thought
right,
of
like she feel like something
her best friend and her husband.
Yeah,
that's what it already sounds like.
because my thing is for somebody to say that they don't care about your happiness, did they ever really care?
Right. Right.
It's just a thought, but y'all let us know what you think.
Yeah, I got to hear the people's comments on this.
Let us know what y'all think.
My thing is this. I'll say this because, like in marriage, you should be building towards something.
Yeah.
And so, if we're building towards something, and then one of us didn't make it, of course you want to try to finish it, and then sometimes you don't get to finish it. Somebody's going to come along and help you reach these goals. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta play.
It just sounds very selfish to me.
It does.
But
so I can be looking for your replacement.
Ooh.
So this is about us.
I just want to throw that out too.
This is not about us.
You see okay.
No.
I don't really.
Too much, too far.
Yes. Too much for me. I'm not.
Too soon.
Yeah.
I'm playing. I'm definitely playing. I'm joking. I promise y'all. So what was the other thing?
Okay, so here's the next thing, you guys.
Go ahead.
This one is for all the men out there. Okay, it says, why do men hold on to women that they don't want a relationship with? This is what someone posted. So if we got any men, if we have any men watching, please chime in with this question that someone had posted on social media. Let us know what's your reply.
I'll answer the question. The question.
Okay.
For one, they asked the question wrong. For one.
Okay.
And then it's not just a man thing. It's both sex. But the answer the question they really want to ask is why do people? Let me see it again.
It says, why do men hold on to women they don't want a relationship with?
Is it a relationship or is it a marriage you're talking about? Because it's two separate things.
Okay.
Because I'll say it like this, because our relationship is about relationship. So my thing is, if we together, and you just some in-house, and we just kicking it, that's what it is. That's our relationship. You just don't you want our relationship to evolve. That's the relationship that we have established. I didn't say that, we're going to get married unless there's promises being made.
I see what you're saying. So you're like, perhaps from maybe the other person has the wrong viewpoint of what type of relationship they're in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you see what I'm saying? So they think they're in something serious, and it could be that the other party is like, hey, this is just
right. But to To sum it up, to answer the question, one word: convenience.
Convenient.
It's convenience
Oh.
because
I would agree with convenience.
the reason you stick around people that you really don't want to, that you're not going to invest in to be married, it's convenience. Either they're giving you a place to stay,
Mm.
either they're meeting a sexual need, they're meeting some kind of need. That's where the convenience come in at.
Okay.
So either we kicking it, we getting some we getting our little sex on.
Mm-hmm.
You either providing for me a place to stay or whatever. It,
Hmm.
but it goes both ways. It's not just a male thing. It's both. It's people stay in relationships. They're not going to go nowhere out of convenience until the next thing comes along. And that's why people are like, oh well, I've been in this relationship for 10 years, but y'all been miserable the whole time. It's not really a relationship. Y'all just kicking it. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
I
But
can agree.
but you want to put these commitments on the people, and it's like, nah, we never agreed to that. Now, if I said, oh yeah, we're gonna get married, and I want to wife you and all that other stuff, then that's different. Because then you just dragging people along, and
Mm-hmm.
but it's oh, why do you keep people? I'm not keeping you. That's our relationship. You allowed me to set this relationship like this. You was okay with this for a certain amount of time,
Mm-hmm.
and now you done switched up.
So what if the guy is talking about marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
But 1 years are going by and he's either talking to other females while the relationship with you, but in the same sentence, oh, I want to marry you. And even propose. We'll put that out there. So then like why are you presenting all this to this woman, but to me it doesn't sound like you really want to be with her. I just feel like now we're just at words. Anything to keep you where you're at.
Yeah,
You tell her what she want to hear.
yeah.
Okay.
That gets to that whole promise ring thing. I've never been a fan of a promise ring. A promise ring is just something. It's to drag you along. That's what it is. I'm promising you one day down the line we're gonna get together if I feel like it and I don't change my mind about you. That's what it is. It's just something to keep you here out of convenience because I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to inconvenience my life with you.
I feel like
leaving
the
right now.
promise ring, because I remember that in like middle school or like high school.
Dumb. Waste
You
of money.
know, so you're young then, you're not as mature, but I mean, like as an adult and older, the whole promise ring thing, I'm like, I'm gonna say no because like, what are we promising?
Right.
And why does it take a ring to do it? Like, I don't know. I don't know where the promise ring came from. Maybe somebody.
My thing is because the promise ring, the promise ring is a engagement ring to the engagement ring. You know what?
Oh, no.
Because that's what it is.
That's a whole lot of.
So it's like a placeholder, like
It's a placeholder. Like, hey, I'm not ready to get engaged to you yet,
but I promise you it's gonna happen.
I promise you it's gonna happen. But it's really trying to put somebody off the market. That's what the rings are for. Hey, oh, you got a ring on your finger.
that is selfish.
I'm claim.
But
You're
I have-
claimed for now until
So I have questions.
Further notice, like
further notice.
What would make somebody? But my thing is, what would make you think that the man is just holding on to you? You know what I mean?
right.
Like, what is?
What do you mean? Bring that up.
So I'm like, because the person was like, explain to them why a man would hold on to a woman that they don't want to be in a relationship with. But I'm like, what do you have? Like, what do you have that's telling you or showing you that they don't want to be in a
Oh, he don't want to be with
So,
you.
I feel like this is just me. I feel like they're coming from a point where they're saying, "Hey, we've been like that whole 8 year thing. Oh, we've been together for 8 years and he still ain't married to me." Well, my thing is, it is maybe. See, oh, I don't care. I'm just gonna say, maybe you're not wife material.
No.
Let's just put it
Mm.
because we don't touch
But
on
now
this.
you're getting into a whole nother dynamic because what is wife material?
You already a wife. You act like a wife. You're. See.
So,
Go ahead. Let's go.
What is?
Let's go.
so
Help me out there. What is wife material? Go ahead.
in
Ron.
talking about wife material, right? So should females that's in just relationships, right? Should, because I think I've had this conversation with myself before. Should it be a drawback point of what you should be doing? Because a lot of us do get comfortable in wifey mode as girlfriends.
Agree, and they're wrong for that. There's a limit, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but there's certain things that's just in your characteristics. So my
Right.
thing is, I'm a firm believer. You're a wife before you're a wife.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense, you already show the.
So what is it? What are
You-
those
you-
characteristics? Like what are those?
It's just you're
In
loving.
your opinion.
In my opinion,
Yeah.
you're loving, you're caring, you're devoted, and you see. And my thing is, and then some. You don't even have to do anything. I can see you do other things for other people. How you handle your family, how you handle your parents if they're around. Like all of those things, I can see your character. But that's part of that whole data phase. That's to all in the dating. It's more than just going out to eat and all the other stuff. You're paying attention to people. You're scouting them.
So you were scouting me.
Heck yeah, it was.
Thank you.
What? No, I did. I asked people about you. I wanted to see.
You asked people about me?
Heck yes, I want.
Like who?
It don't matter.
I mean, what do they know?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see what they know. My thing is when you ask random people that supposed to know you, you know what I'm saying?
That part.
Like you see what they're saying about. You see what's consistent. You see what's in. Like you know what I'm saying. You keep the consistent things. Like you want to know, did they got a temper? Like what are they trying to do? Like what are they gonna do? Are they a little crazy? Are they gonna slice my tires? Are they gonna key my car? Are they gonna bust the windows out? You know what I'm saying? Like
You asked some questions.
no,
Oh.
like well, your friends would tell me anyway because they'd be like, yeah, because you find out when people got ratchet friends like that, like who do stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and they'd be like, because they brag about that for some reason, like it's something cute and it's not. But like, are you part of that? Like, do you ride with them like that? Do y'all?
I've seen it done.
I'm just saying.
So, question, Jeff.
Okay.
Go ahead.
As a married man, and you are witnessing, we'll say like a couple just started dating. Well, no, I won't say just started dating. Maybe about a year in dating, but you know them personally, so you're seeing how they interact and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what would you tell that female and other guys that's married too? What would y'all tell men? What would y'all tell females to fall back on?
See, guys ain't gonna like me for this one.
Uh-oh.
But that's why I'm asking.
Because the first thing I would say is,
Go ahead. It's the POV.
it is the POV, but see,
This is your point of view.
it is
What are you breaking the gas code or something like? What's going on?
maybe.
Oh, I guess it would be a code, huh?
I mean, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, it was good.
let's give us a little bit.
Yeah, just a little.
Just a little bit, little sniff.
Because my thing is this, because I got my girl, and so my first thing I'm gonna tell them is, for one, the first thing is, for real, y'all gotta stop giving it up so quick. I'm just saying, like giving up the goods. Now, granted, I will say this: there is.
I held mine.
The,
No, you didn't.
I said nothing. I was trying to finish talking, and
Wait a minute. What are you really saying?
I'm saying you are virtuous woman. Yes, you are.
I held mine for a good while.
For a good while. That's right. Good while. Yes, you did. Let me fight for it. Anyway.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, that thing tickled me.
Let's take a 30-second last break. Anyway, go ahead.
Uh, no, because I'm saying it now. There is a group of guys.
Uh-huh.
There's a group of guys who will hold out,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and they be like, if you're not giving it to them, they will wait just to get it.
Mm.
Mm.
Some guy. Now I'm not saying that, but you will knock a lot of dudes off. You know what I'm saying? Not get because. No, man, I'm not gonna go there because some people believe in the test drive.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
say,
I have no comment on the test drive. I'm
I'm
not
gonna-
even going there.
right.
I'm not touching
right.
it.
But
I'm not touching
I'm
it.
just saying if you do believe in the test drive, which I'm not saying is right or wrong,
Right.
but I'm saying you letting people do everything. Like you giving up everything. Like you doing. I
So in
think
other words, you need to hold on to your pearls. Is that what you're saying?
yes, like because
So
everybody
that's
trying
what it is, ladies. Hold on to your pearls.
because you up there, you're in a dating phase and you trying to impress somebody,
But what
and
about
then
the
you up
dudes?
there, you up there going all out Magic City style, and then like there's no
So they're
where's the wow?
uninterested?
Yes, a lot of people will get interested. That's why. Let me
Oh.
tell you something. That's why in a dating phase, some guys will stay with you. Be like, okay, she wow, she good, yeah,
Right.
she's a good time. But then it's just like, dang. Because here's the question that most dudes would say:
Yeah.
she did that with me. Who else she done did that with? Where did she learn it from? You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying the questions are like, but these are questions that come through guys'
But my
heads.
thing is to think like that. Like, is that even like logical? Because could it be she just pulling all the stops out for you? Because there are times, like sometimes there are those times where a female, she might just be pulling all the stops out for you. That don't mean that she did it for she's doing it for everybody, but she's doing that for you. But you won't know that unless you take the time to learn her.
I'm just saying, don't pull out all the stops until you married. How about that?
I mean, because I feel like this is going down another road. Because I feel like another question is about to come up, and I'm not.
No, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, don't give up. Like you got to give somebody something to look forward to. And my thing is for guys, a big thing is sex.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What about those guys who be like, they gotta have that test drive though?
I'm not gonna comment on that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go there. You're not gonna get me. I'm not gonna do that to the guy because I can't. I get it. I know what I want to tell my daughters, but I know what I'm gonna tell my
driving
niece.
around here because you can test drive it and leave it right on the lot. Don't nobody got time for that.
Mm-hmm.
If you gonna drive it, you gonna drive it. If not,
Exactly.
you might as well back up.
I'll say this.
We are locked and loaded.
I'll
Don't
just
play with
ask
me.
I answer your question with a question. If somebody's assisting on a test drive, like they can't move forward in a relationship without a test drive, I'm just saying that may be a flag. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Well, there you have it.
So outside of sex, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
A female dating could be living together, could not. You don't think it's excessive in the dating phase to be cooking, cleaning, washing clothes? This is for your boyfriend. Because I feel like that too is where a lot of men get comfortable.
No.
And they'll stay comfortable in that. Like, why do I have to marry her? She already doing everything.
You're already doing everything.
So that's why I said. So where is the drawback? Like,
Well, my thing is, for one, see, I don't even feel like you should be. And I know a lot of people gonna disagree with me, and it's okay. I'm ready for it. Come in the comments for me. I don't think you should live together before you get married. And I know people feel differently. Like, well, how you know you're gonna? Yes,
We did that.
well, we was about to get married, and I had to move you from a whole other state, and we wasn't married. We wasn't together. We didn't live together long before we
No,
got married.
not that long.
We had a wedding date and everything,
We did.
and we was on it. Yes.
Okay. We did. Oh.
And when you moved, yeah, you came in the summertime. We got married in
I
October.
came in August. We got married in
And
I mean,
October, beginning of October. So yeah, you came in August. So
Right.
September. You was only here for like 2 months, two and a half.
Because
Right,
I
yeah.
came like mid-August.
Like mid-August. So yeah, like so we was just getting you up here because our
Right. We already have been talking now.
Yeah, and we've been talking for 2 years. So
Right.
so that was our thing, but because people
So
like,
you
oh,
mean when everything is like new?
heck yeah, because people be like, oh, I'm just saying when you're going to move in together, like I will say, like I know Ronnie, you and Jamal's situation was different. Y'all was, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was fresh, Lord knows. And I'm not even gonna lie, Jamal tell you because I was just like, bro, I don't
Well,
even
Ronnie
know.
was already
Like,
set. She said she know what it is. She was like, I know what this is, and let me help you just in
Look,
case you don't know.
I'm gonna be straight up. And Ronnie know because I had question
I'm
marks.
coming with my stuff.
She then came up here with her child, and I'm just like
Like,
y'all
here.
just started. Y'all just started talking, and now y'all up here. I was like, okay, I don't know.
But you know what though? She didn't just come with her stuff, but she also came with her pocketbook, and she was like, "We gonna make this thing work."
Mm-hmm.
But she came with a mindset. But that's where they were in their relationship. But my thing is, you gotta look where they were to. They already been. She was previously married. He's fresh out of a relationship. They both got kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you cut, like I don't think it takes long to get to the side that you want to be with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
If you get through all the BS, like if you're 100% honest with yourself first, and you're honest with that person, you cut a lot of corners because. But the problem is you got to get through all the people's lies, all these fake representatives. Like, oh yeah, I'm like this. My thing is this: like, if you know if you don't keep a clean house, then don't act like you keep a clean house.
That goes to an age-old question, though.
What?
Do you think that marriage should have an age on it? Is there a such thing as getting married too young, or maybe like, is there a maturity level?
It's mature. My thing is this: it's maturity. I don't feel like there's an age.
So more so like the maturity level.
You have to be
right.
Marriage is for the mature, and a lot of these grown folks get married at 30, 40, 20, whatever.
That too.
60. Like they're not mature. Mm-hmm. And there's people, and I'll leave like never mind. I won't say that. But there's people that I know who got some jacked up marriages, and you just stand together and y'all are miserable. Because it's convenient.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna sit here and say like, and you're not mature. You just as childish.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all roommates. Y'all roommates with a paper that says that y'all married. No, I don't want that. Like when I say I wanted to be married, I wanted me a mate. I wanted somebody to chill. No,
I mean, we just.
I get it though.
I wanted.
Because y'all know my first marriage. I married young. I was 19. But mentally, I was ready.
I would not.
You was ready for what though? What was you?
I was ready for everything that comes with marriage. Like I was ready to. I've always been the type where it didn't matter any guy. If we were talking, and that goes back to our previous show, we talked about potential and that kind of thing. I've never said, when you start talking to me, you got to have yourself together. That has never been something that came out of my mouth. I went back to that potential. We can build together, but you have to be we have to be on that same page mentally as far as what we're building towards. Now, first marriage, mentally, I was like, yeah, we had just had a baby, matter of fact, because I had Julius October of 2007. I was married by, I want to say June, I think, of 2008. So it wasn't even a year after I had Julius that I got married. But that's where I was at. I was like, look, we already been talking now by this point for like 2-3 years. We had Julius. And in my mind, I'm like, well, like we still together. We talking about growing.
Yeah.
Let's get married. Like that's the next step. We already been talking.
Pause. So my thing was, well, what was marriage to you at that time, if you can remember? Like, what did it look like to you? What did marriage look like?
To me, it looked like, I got to think back to then. Like, one, this was a person who I wanted to spend my life with. We already had started a family, so I wanted that person to be who I continued to grow with, build a family with. There was nobody outside of that. Like I didn't. It was so to the point where I didn't even care what my parents were saying. They were saying they didn't think it was a good idea.
But you thought so. But you thought he was that person though. Like you thought you can build.
When I did it,
Okay.
yeah.
You never know what kind of representation he threw out there, So I mean,
Do you feel like you did your proper data?
I mean,
Did I do my proper data? No, because I think it was more so. To be honest, y'all, and if I can be completely honest, it was more heart drawing than head. Like I don't
Explain that. When you say
like. It was more. I followed my heart. Like this is at that time. This is who I love. The whole in love. Like this is it. So thinking wise, I'm not thinking because I didn't start. You don't start noticing things till you actually start thinking. Like you're like sitting back. You like, what in the world? So, and I'll be honest, that didn't come until later. Now marriage is done. Life is life, and then now you're sitting back like,
yeah,
you noticing stuff like like we're never going to get anywhere in my mind as far as growth or growing. It's nowhere. It's the same patterns over and over again. But like I said, when you're just using your heart, you're not looking at patterns. You're not looking at red flags. You're not looking at that. Okay. You just fall in, whoop, in love, boom. Like it's the first man I ever loved, and that's what you're following with. That's what you're going with. First love.
I can kind of get that a little bit. That could happen at any age. I mean, that happens to older women, middle-aged women. It could happen to anyone, honestly. So I kind of get that because you're going off of what your perception of marriage and love and commitment is. So depending on what you've seen over like childhood and things like that, that could be that could be what you're going off of. Because if it was like with me, that's why I was against it. I was like, at 19, I ain't trying to do no relationship. I'm definitely not trying to do no marriage, and I'm for sure not trying to have no children. Like, but that's because of childhood,
right?
And just seeing the things that I saw even through my teenage years and stuff like that, like seeing other people's marriages, I was like, I'll pass. You know what I'm saying? And then having to, being the oldest of 4 and that whole situation, I was like, I'm good. Like, I just wanted to do me. I knew that about myself, so I was just like, if you looking for that commitment and relationship and all that, I was like, you came to the wrong person.
Right.
That's why I had to wait a while. I had to get her at a good ripe age.
I mean, no, for because I'm like, man, I was enjoying life. Okay, and that part, all right.
So I got a question. I want to switch it up.
Okay, what you got?
Because I was thinking about them wedding vows. And I know a lot of people, and I think we saw a clip with the lady, the marriage, and the preacher got to the whole obey part, and she was just like, nah, we ain't doing that. We're going to skip that. My thing is...
What does it say? What does that vow say?
What?
When it say,
for the women?
What does it say?
What is it? To love? What is it?
Hold up.
Is it to love, to cherish and obey?
Siri.
Go ahead, ask Siri.
Hey Siri, what are the wedding
vows? We done did the wedding vows. We don't even remember.
I know, right? Because I'm over here too. Like, wait, I know it said something battle, babe. I don't know where it came in at.
Okay. Let me see.
I mean, I'm for real because I'm just like
wedding vows for her. I'm gonna do it for her because it is different for the woman. It says.
What does that say?
What? Because it is the obey part for her. It says what? For good or bad, rich or poor.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Let's see about this one. Where you at?
I'm looking for it. Go ahead. If you got it.
Oh, okay. I'm see.
Ronnie, you
It
got it?
says,
Go
in
ahead.
the name of God, I blank take you blank to be my wife slash husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for rich, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish until parted by death. That's what's this whole obey thing? I don't.
There's an obey.
It
It's,
is.
There
Anybody
is
else
one
here
that
know
says
about it?
hold
obey.
on. I'm going to find it real quick.
Anybody out there know about it?
You know it. You said it. But
And
you almost.
yeah, I don't know. Y'all, it's been a while. Anybody out there know about the wedding vow that says obey? I don't recall it. I really don't. I don't recall that.
Like I do remember it.
I think I found
Oh,
it.
I think Jeff found it.
Because there's different words. Let me see if it's there. Like, dang.
Uh,
Give me my
wait a minute,
phone.
sir. That was close to my face.
I'm not going to hit you in the face with it. So, it says, right. I blank take the blank to be my wedding husband, to
Mhm.
have, to hold,
From
from
this
this
day
day
forward,
forth,
for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love, cherish.
and
Mhm.
to obey till death do us part.
Well, I think you have to add. People need to know what that means. What obey means.
To obey. Obey means obey.
Yeah. Hey Siri, what is the definition of obey?
To obey.
I you can stop talking.
You still talking.
Okay, I found this on the web for what is the definition of obey to obey. Check it out.
Oh no.
What? To obey. That's what you're saying.
So
Yes.
it says to do
To what?
what I lost it. Siri done hold
Because it
on.
says to do what you're told to do.
Yeah, that's
Okay, now.
See, why is that an issue?
Because I don't like to do what you're
I
told to
don't
do.
like told you. Like,
See,
I'm not
no,
a kid.
because y'all thinking about it because people abuse it. But my thing is, that's what you're agreeing
I'm
to.
not a
If I
you know.
no, nobody's saying you're a kid, and y'all taking it in the wrong. What's it called?
It's fast.
It can sound like it is, but my thing is, at the end of the day,
It says comply with the command, direct
Okay, yeah. Love, honor, and obey.
yes, love, honor, and to obey.
Okay.
Because my thing is, if you're
They said a
saying
lot of people do omit it out their vows, though.
a lot of people have been on me,
So it says to act according to what you have been asked or ordered to do by someone in authority, or to
Correct.
behave according to a rule, law, or instruction.
okay.
I'm gonna leave that alone
Why are you leaving it alone? Because my thing is
because
this.
I don't want to make it personal.
My thing is,
I'm gonna leave it alone. I just don't recall saying it, y'all.
you said it. You questioned it. It's on video. You questioned it, like, what?
That sounds like Sheila.
She did. She was like, say what? And everybody started laughing like it was funny. Like, that's funny.
I was just trying to get some clarity.
Oh, I
What
wish
is-
Jamal was in here because I think when we had got to that part, I think he was because if I remember, when they got to the obey part, he was like, and I was like, okay.
Because you're saying, because to me, when you're getting married, you're saying, hey, you're leading us. You're the leader of this family. Although we work together, we're a team, we're a unit.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying that your husband is the lead. He's the final say.
Yeah, I guess the hard thing about it from a female standpoint of view is when it's abused or misused. And
Right.
unfortunately that happens. And I think that's what causes the whole
I
not to
agree.
pause in you because some like I've seen some husbands who are just very hard.
But
Like
that's what that's what. But some women actually like
I
that to a
don't think
degree.
this one like this.
Okay, I can't speak for that one. I'm just saying some women want that strict. Hey, he keeps me on track. He keeps me in order because they know some people need. Some women. I have seen women who like a more military discipline. Like, hey, he keeps me in order because if he doesn't give me structure, it's going to be like this. And I'm not saying, hey,
Sounds like a crutch. Kinda.
we are crutches for each other. We depend on each other.
But I'm like, if you wasn't married, then what you gonna do? You just gonna be out of order because you ain't.
But
got
that's
nobody
another
to-
reason why some people get married. Everybody don't get
Husband
married
go
for
work.
love.
I mean,
You gotta like
I mean,
people get married for partnerships, which I don't feel like. See, we're a team. We're not partners.
Right.
Partners are 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
We're a team.
mm,
We win together, we lose together.
mm.
The- you know what I'm saying? It's like I do well. But my thing is, we try to limit the L's. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how do you feel about the vows, Ronnie? Y'all don't laugh at me, okay? Don't laugh at me.
When it comes to the vows, I mean, I agree. I don't have an issue with the choice of words. Now, I did say when we actually had a ceremony, I wanted to do my own vows because I feel like those would be
You
more
wanna say
personal.
Yeah.
So yeah. So justice of peace is how we started. So we went with the traditional vows, but I would want some more personal vows when we have a ceremony.
So let me ask y'all out there: do y'all think it's okay to, like, what do you all think about making your own vows, not sticking to the traditional vows? Because you have nowadays a lot of people kind of tweak it and they make it their own. They take some things out. They put, and so y'all chime in the comments. What do you think about that? Like taking out some of the traditional vows and kind of putting in the new stuff.
My thing is, well, why are you doing it?
Doing what?
So my thing, why are you changing the vows? Because my thing is, see, this is where,
Well, Ronnie said she want to make it more personal.
and I get that, but my thing is, a lot of people want to change the vows because they want to take the obey out. I'm not going to obey. To me,
But you know what?
that's a red flag to me.
I would say so too, because that's probably
Why?
an indicator that you might not
Correct.
fully trust that person.
Then why if you don't trust me, why you marrying me?
Maybe they don't know that, but this should spark off something. Be like, hey, why do I have an issue with obeying? But let me ask y'all this: does obeying go? Is it one way or two way?
I said this.
I'm throwing out.
I feel like this because when you stand obey, you do listen to one another.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason, from my understanding, that is in there is because it goes back to the Bible.
Mhm.
Now, if you don't believe in the Bible, that's y'all. Y'all do y'all vows however way y'all want to do it. I believe in the Bible, but my thing is this. So
Mhm.
the Bible says the man's the head. So pretty much the way I take that is, at the end of the day, if we can't come together, the man has the final say. A lot of people don't agree with that.
All I can say is just be careful with your choice. And then sometimes you can even be careful with your choice, and you just never know how a person is going to be like later on down the road. And if it gets to a place where you're no longer in agreement, then
Well, you're not gonna. That's the whole point of the whole obey part. You're not gonna always be in agreement.
no, but like, what if you're in a situation where it starts one way but it goes another? You know what I mean?
No.
So maybe okay. What if you're in a relationship, in a marriage, where it starts, the husband is pretty much, not mishandling that vow, but what if you get to a place where the husband is mishandling, misusing, abusing those
I'm
vows?
saying, what is that? What is that?
So it looks like instead of they're demanding, because some husbands are, they take that and they use that to put demands out there. They don't consider what you have to say because the wife does. A wife is supposed to bring wise counsel, but some husbands out there will just rule that completely out and just be like, "Oh,
Like
baby."
she has no voice.
Yeah,
So I love you, babe.
I don't know what this. I don't know
Now
what
I'm
this
just saying this before I say this. So just know that I love you.
What's love got to do with it?
I think it is. At the end of the day, if I'm taking the hit for the decisions that we make as a family, yes, there's times I'm going to take your counsel, but there's times when I
But
have a vision. Let me finish. There's times when I have a vision, and I'm not going to consult you, and I'm going to take the full repercussions for what happens. Because my thing is this: if it's good, if it's a good outcome, you're not complaining. But if it's bad, that really the issue is. See,
I think everybody likes to be considered, to say the very least.
but sometimes some things you can't consider. Some things are time sensitive. Sometimes I don't need you to put that piece in my head when I'm clear. When I have clear vision, consulting you sometimes will make me doubt what I'm doing, even when I know that I'm right, because because I love you and I cherish you. And my thing is, I'm listening to you now. I'm considering what you have to say, not saying that you're wrong, but it may not be the right thing at that time. And that's going to cause us to go off track. So sometimes, no, I'm not going to listen to you. And you're going to feel unheard. And I get that.
But what if you always feel unheard?
See, then we get this. But that's the whole point. Like,
But that's the circumstance
you
that
can
I'm
feel
speaking
like that,
to.
but it depends. Because sometimes, look, listen, ladies, everybody doesn't have wise counsel. Everybody's not wise. There's a lot of foolish women out there.
But there's also a lot of men who are asking you to obey some foolish things.
Yes, I totally agree.
That's what I'm
But my
saying.
thing is, you have, but that goes back to that whole data part. You have to learn who you're getting with.
You can
And that's
learn,
my
but they can change it in any given time.
No, they don't change. When it comes to decision making like that you see traits. Really look at dude. I'm telling you, dudes show you who they are from the get go. You can tell. You can tell when you start saying like, oh, well, why did you do this? Oh, you just went and you just splurged like that. Oh, I do that every now and again. Pay attention. Do your data. See what they really like. I really feel like people should really pay attention.
But a man can pick up on that more so a female. Like it's gonna stick out to you because you're another dude. It's like with females, how some things stick out to us about other females that, men don't always see. So I'm like, how would you? I mean, unless someone trains, unless there's a father figure who trains their daughter, because you really like.
Well, here's the thing about that. Because for a dude to train his daughter to think like a dude is to teach her not to be emotional. Because dudes are not emotional. We think.
I disagree with that.
No, I'm serious.
Why is you saying?
A lot, hey, even you. Sometimes you're in your emotions when you
I'm
say a lot.
saying men are emotional too.
I'm not saying men aren't emotional, but most men don't make their decisions off their emotions. Oh, I feel like this, so I'm gonna do this. No,
I would say more men make their decisions off of
logic, immaturity. What?
I would, yeah. So
how that doesn't even make no sense.
So basically, unfortunately, there are some men out there who, when they make decisions, they make unwise decisions, whether it's just based off of ignorance or just, not being at that, a certain maturity level. And I sometimes, because you notice, have you ever seen like a guy who is in a relationship with the female? You ever seen a guy in a relationship with a female where she is like, she just mistreating him? like she playing him. But
Mm-hmm.
he was just like loving on her like the best thing ever.
So he's wrong.
I'm just saying, it seems like an unwise investment.
See, but now you about to start a whole other thing because
I'm really not trying to because I'm getting emotional.
yeah, but you talk about how women always taking advantage of men, but then when men start to take advantage of women, then it's oh my God, he's wrong. But you don't say how wrong she is.
No, she wrong. They all wrong.
But you don't feel
It's not right to take advantage of it.
Of any right,
I don't care whether you male or female.
Mhm.
It ain't right. No, that's real talk.
right.
I'm just saying because I feel for it. I've seen, and you know what? I've seen where good guys turn into not so great guys because they get into a relationship with a female who doesn't know how to handle or treat what they're offering.
Well, that goes back to
But it can go and honestly, taking the whole female male perspective out of it, that's just like relationship period. Like we've seen, you get into a relationship with someone and you giving 100 and they giving 25, they playing you to the left, they might be cheating on you or they might just be doing whatever they do on the side. And then the next thing you know, sometimes that person gets hurt, sometimes they get scarred, and then they go into the next relationship like you're not gonna play me. So then they
Right.
a
And
whole
pain will change you.
you bring back, but my thing is that goes back to men and women
okay.
start when you start treating these girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, like they're your wife or your husband.
Yeah.
You're giving out your pearls, your jewels, whatever. You're giving them all your goods, and then when they mistreat it,
Mhm.
you treat everybody. That's how you get tainted.
But I think that's because nowadays nobody really like pushes marriage. It's like dating is the new marriage, but it's really not. You know what I mean? And I think maybe that's why some people are like casting their pearls and just putting it all out there because they'll be like, oh, well, we've been in this relationship for 5 years and this, that, and the third. Because, in society nowadays, you've got that common law marriage. You've got, where people, they don't really promote marriage, but they promote relationship, but they don't really promote marriage. And maybe that's why people are like kind of putting it all out there
That's
because they be
because
like,
you see a lot of these miserable marriages. But my thing is, a lot of people don't understand what marriage is. People don't teach real marriage.
yeah,
And my thing is, so yes, the statistics look horrible because you have so many people that are actually getting married and getting divorced. So when you see over 50% of marriages fail in divorce, you be like, then what's the point of doing this? The odds, the numbers are against me. But my thing is, you gotta ask the questions of what happened. Why did they get married? You know what I'm saying? Were they mature? Did you get married? Did you feel like you had to get married? Because there's people who, oh, we had a baby together, we got to get married. There's people that are 16,
People that
17
are
years
doing
old
that.
getting married,
Yeah.
and they don't even know what marriage is. We're just trying to make things happen, and you don't
But
even know who
in
you
a
are.
certain time frame, that was the thing to do. If y'all had a baby together, you get married.
But you know what? But my thing is, are you committed to it? My thing is this: even with when it comes, you all right? You need some drink, some water right there. No, I was telling you some water. I'm trying to help you. I'm talking to the people. But my thing is like even the arranged marriages. I know people are against arranged marriages, but arranged marriages work because you grow to love somebody. If you're
I feel
if
like
you're
arranged
committed,
marriage takes the choice away.
it doesn't take your choice away. Yeah, but look at what they're doing. They're doing it. They're arranging you together out of status. Hey, this person
Mm-hmm.
has what you need. This person can provide for you, and this person is nurturing for you. So if you
Would
actually
you agree to an arranged marriage?
I'm not 100% against it. I'm being honest because it's
So we could have arranged you, what you're saying? Your parents could have arranged, because I mean, there was a candidate.
I don't know nothing about that. Anyway, so I have no idea what but my thing is it works because everybody keeps thinking you take the emotion out of it. You're working together. So when you got two people that are committed to making this work, you learn each other, and you can learn to love somebody because I don't care what nobody say. Like, yes, you're physically attracted to certain people off but
Right.
but as you get to learn people, there's people that you get to learn and you start to get intimate with them on learning them personally, they start to look better to you. You go, okay, I didn't look at you like that. Wow, what? You described it.
What happened? Say,
I'm sorry.
be that loud. What happened?
Ronnie hit the nah, nigga.
I don't.
Ronnie said nope. Hard disagree.
No,
Speak your piece, Ron. Speak your piece.
no. An arranged marriage, I think I would be the one that would be defiant.
Oh, no, but-
Or don't expect, like, I mean, I don't know. Me on my sexuality, like, I have to be attracted to you. I don't think no amount of me learning you, no. If I'm not, no.
I'm not. I don't know. Some arranged marriages, they do work out, and some
Right.
don't. I think just if you just, regardless of how the relationship was formed, at the end of the day, some relationships work and some don't. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, that's all I got. So, you guys, we are at that time. I know, right? The
What?
conversation go by
What?
so fast. We at that
We
time.
said-
Oh, we at that time. What?
I ain't got nothing to say. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
I was about to give you your chance to make your.
No, give
Yes.
yourself the chance because you the one signing out.
Oh, honey, I said what I just gave y'all right there. That was my piece. Okay? What? That was my piece. But anyway, I mean, unless you want to just, because we talked about so much tonight.
We really
For
did.
real, for real. I'm not going back to that first topic. I will not. I'm not going back to that first topic because mess around, you're going to give me a whole nother hour. I'm not doing it. I'm leaving it alone. Okay? And as far as the obey and the marriage vows, I'm going to be real, y'all. I don't remember it. But that's okay. Here we are. What else did we talk about tonight? Oh, that whole statement where she was just like, "Why do men stay in a relationship with a woman they don't want?"
Right.
I feel like that's a loaded. That's like that statement has so much to it. You just would have to know the background on it because I'm like, who told you that?
And two, I agree with Jeff with that one. And on whether it's female or male, it's convenience.
It's convenient.
People do that. Hey, I had a family member. I'm just gonna leave it at family member.
Mm-hmm.
I had a family member who, to me, it seemed like they was in a relationship with a person for convenience. Did they marry them? Yes, but it's
Convenience.
convenient
It's convenient.
after they got married.
Mm-hmm.
Because my thing is this: after you done
I'm just
invested
saying.
so much time into somebody, it's more of a convenience. Like it's gonna hurt me. It's cheaper to keep you. That's what it says. It's cheaper to keep.
I'm down.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's gonna cost me too much not to.
Right.
But so it's a lot. But at the end of the day, I will say this, and y'all can agree or disagree. I feel like when it comes to relationships and stuff, women have more choices than men.
I don't know nowadays.
No. When I say that, because a dude, like, you have to, like, it's not too many dudes that can get his pick of the litter. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Not
It's
the
like you
litter.
get the,
So we just cats.
Whoopsie.
Go ahead. I know.
I'm just saying, it's not it's not a big pool of guys that, you know what I'm saying, he could be like, I can pick whichever woman I want because they want me like that. not too many guys in high demand. It's more women who get a lot of guys coming to they get a lot of prospects. And so you choose, hey, I want this one. No, I don't want that one. It's even y'all see it, it's even at the clubs. You know what I'm saying? It's the women. You all right? I'm sorry. Did I get your arm? I'll lean back on you. I love you. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. No. And you can't give me a kiss on camera. I didn't. I know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna
So this is why I said it's
you sleepy. I'm good. But no, I'm just saying there's women can choose the person that they want to be with. So I do feel like when these women are in these not so good relationships, I really feel like it's more their fault because you're not a good pick. You don't pick people well. You're not a good judge of character. And so, because a lot of guys, they will settle with what they can get. They be like, hey, this is the best that I can get. I don't get a lot of options. This is the option that I have. So they will settle for what they have.
Has that ever been done?
I'm talking in general.
I'm not gonna ask you specifically.
You said you ready to wrap this up. We get into all of that. That's going to be another half an hour.
I can ask you off camera.
And I'm going to go to sleep on you, huh? Because I'm not answering that. So, yeah. So I just feel like we just gotta be more mindful. You do your data. And then sometimes you just not everybody think they top notch. And I'm glad that people have self-confidence. Just know
confidence is key.
Yeah, but just know what you bring to the table.
Now they be like, bring your own table.
I
am the table.
I am the table. You could be one of those TV tables. You know what I'm saying?
Folding table.
I think that every table ain't a good table because them little plastic.
I was about to say the card table now. I don't know.
The little card tables fall apart on you.
Right.
You gotta be out of that good wood. Anyway.
I was about to say something on that.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
What?
You already done called this a litter. Leave it alone.
So on that note, I guess we're going to wrap it up. So let's go. We enjoyed this. This is episode 15.
This is episode 15, you guys. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for commenting.
Yes.
We really do enjoy these conversations. It's good to see, to read the viewpoint of others. And you guys, if you would like to give to the Satchel POV, you absolutely can. It is
on the bottom
of the screen. You will see the Cash App is rolling by. And it's $ Satchel POV.
Just that simple.
Just that simple. So if you would like to give to the Satchel POV, you absolutely can. That will help us to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And it will help us to bring you a better product. So that is all I have for this evening. I really do appreciate y'all watching. If you've been watching since day one, thank you.
Yes.
If you've been watching since day 22. Thank you.
Day 22.
I don't know. I'm just throwing
that
some
was
days
so
out there.
random.
I'm just throwing days out there. If you just now started watching, we still thank you. And we appreciate y'all. Your likes, your shares, everything. It helps us to grow.
Yes. Please join the POV Nation. Subscribe on YouTube, Facebook. Ronnie, any final words for this episode?
Well, one, guys, we're always open for suggestions for topics.
Oh yeah, that's
yes. True. So any of us, you can hit us up with any topics. Other than today, y'all saw my answers. I'm not taking the little ring. But no, I enjoyed my time here tonight, as always. Thank you, guys.
All right, there you have it.
All right, well, that's going to conclude episode 15. of the POV till death do us part
Yes.
to death, but I don't think everybody agreed to that.
I mean, I do. Look, that's what it say. That's what the bell say. After
You gonna
that,
remarry after me?
that's what the bell says. All I'm saying is,
Can't nobody do you better. I'll tell you that.
Ooh,
I
after
don't like that look. That look
the
was like
bell says,
she looking like I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to do better.
the bell says, till death do us part. And so all of these arrangements, making these arrangements on your deathbed and making all these demands and all that. Let's not do that, y'all.
That's not.
Go in peace.
exactly.
Allow that person to grieve, and if they want to, allow them to find companionship with someone else, because that's the selfless, loving thing to do.
Right.
And-
Right? In my opinion.
No, and I'll say this. And don't kill nobody just to get out of the marriage so you can get the death part.
That part. I mean, you could just
Just
divorce.
leave.
Like, listen.
I mean, unless you just want to spend the rest of your life in jail.
Do the paperwork,
That's
okay?
what's going to happen.
Don't be dropping no little poison in the food. Just do the paperwork.
Just go ahead and
Just
leave.
do the
Exactly.
just of counseling and separation, and then
Look,
don't take nobody life.
Don't hit. I'm as y'all know, I'm pro marriage, but I'm also
Understanding that sometimes it ends
Right.
in the
Right.
happen.
It happens.
Bad choices have been made,
Yeah.
but
Thank y'all.
we thank y'all for watching from the Satchel POV. We thank you for letting us share our point of view with you.
Yes.
Good night, y'all.
Ew, sign it up. You better.
No,
Good night, y'all.